They're here, and welcome back to the WWRL morning show. And Shea, see, that's what happens. You're on the phone thinking that you're P-Rebby early in the morning. I'm telling you, people, he's bigger than any rap star I've ever worked with. His phone is ringing at 6:24 in the morning. It's ridiculous. So you okay now?
We're preparing for the next interview because we got three big guys coming in. Well, one of them I actually heard him speak a number of times, Cornel West, professor, and the other two I'm happy that I'm going to meet.
All right, well, let's take a couple of calls before we even get to, because it is 7:24.
Hey, new caller.
We got time.
That's
Let's go to Joe in Uniondale.
Good morning, Joe.
So, okay. All right. Well, we're going to see how this whole thing plays out. I think you're absolutely right, too, Joe. And I think Al Sharpton is going to be showing Howard Dean's insincerity more and more as this thing goes on, because he just threatened.
Well, he has two.
He said, if you want to know my power, ask Mark Green. That's what Al Sharpton said. All right, Joe. Thank you for your call. Let's move on to Omar in Brooklyn.
Good morning, Omar. Hold on, wait a second.
Wait a second.
Omar, you just said something which I thought was, I had a flash, and it was actually something really tremendous. However, can he do that if he's a candidate running for the Democrats? So Al Sharpton goes to the Republican convention to schmooze with some of the people there.
Yeah, he can do that. As a matter of fact, when he met with Bloomberg, do you remember this? When he met with Bloomberg shortly after the Green debacle, that had quite an impact as well. Bill Clinton was supposed to meet with Sharpton to try to smooth out this thing with Mark Green and never quite showed up. Didn't show up. And you know what happened? It really ticked off Reverend Al. No, you're right.
Listen,
right.
You have three different black leaders.
Thank
and
you,
it just,
Omar.
again, as an outsider, I say, only one of them really lives in Harlem. Rangel lives in Washington. Jesse Jackson.
Does he have a place in Harlem?
Yeah, he obviously has
Has
a
anybody
place.
seen Charlie Rangel's home in Harlem? Do you know the
He
address?
obviously has an address.
Because I want to go
in
by
Harlem.
and camp out and see if he's actually ever spent a night there.
No, he's surely there.
212-868-0975.
Since the other
Hey,
day,
but let me ask you this question as well. Okay, somebody brought up why not Brooklyn? Brooklyn is the fifth largest city in the country. It's the largest borough in the city of New York. Why not Queens? There are a lot of black people in Queens. Why is Harlem? Harlem is, by and large, the capital of black America. Like it or not, it just is that way. And it is a symbolic, not just a symbolic
that's
capital.
one of the things that are eating away at some blacks who are saying, well, wait a minute, is Harlem now going to change? Are we now going to have different faces in Harlem, different faces associated with the leadership of Harlem? Can that also translate into different leadership? Can tomorrow, when you have different numbers, and again, when you look at the geographical, the lines, the political lines, when you talk about Upper Harlem, Upper East Side and the Upper East Side,
right?
And where exactly you're going to draw the lines, because you know what? In a few years, you may have a white person representing Harlem. Or
Shea.
That's right.
Shut your mouth this morning. People, don't let that happen. Oh, we got to march and protest. We got to do something.
Oh, right.
Lord
Guess what,
mercy.
everybody? Guess what, everybody? I just heard it. It's coming over the wires right now. Karen Hunter just put down a bid for a house in Harlem for $1.5 million.
I'll have to move to Harlem, and you'll have to lend me the $1.5 million. And I know you have it, so don't pretend.
I'll be more than happy to give you a loan.
A loan? You gonna charge me interest?
No,
Okay.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say, being that according to our tradition,
I was checking
you're not supposed to charge interest.
Really? I can borrow $1.5 million from you, and I don't have to pay interest.
Well, let me just tell you something.
Why?
Within the Jewish community, you can get loans, not up to $1.5 million, but you can get loans without interest.
That's almost better than Wall Street.
Substantial amount of money if you're buying a house.
That's almost better than being an executive on Wall Street. You see?
No, I was looking for my name in that article.
You said it was
to see
here.
exactly what's happening with WWRL and where
Where are our bonuses, people?
Where are
Look, you got Phil Purcell from Morgan Stanley getting a $12 million bonus. Henry Paulson, Goldman Sachs, $13 million. The Black Man, Stanley O'Neill from Merrill Lynch, $15 million bonus. And Sandy Weil from Citigroup, a $17 million bonus. What in the hell did they do to deserve this kind of money? Can you explain that to me, Shea? Why do they deserve that kind of bonus? That's a Christmas bonus? Is that what this is?
Either that or for Hanukkah bonus. I don't know.
What are they doing? Why are they getting so much money for? all right, yeah, your company's doing well, but don't you put that money back into the company? Shouldn't the people who work hard every day
The reason why
get a
this
little
is
piece
such
of
a
that?
big story, by the way, the reason why this is such a big story is because it's letting people like you know, hey, you know what? The economy turned around. We have hit bottom. We're on the way up. Don't give me that look.
I'm giving you
We
that
should
look
be on
because,
television
because when
for
Wall
that
Street
look.
was at rock bottom, what was the guy's name that just had to resign? Grasso? How much money did
Hello?
he get?
Okay, you're
How much-
right,
and,
because-
and Wall Street was hurting.
Because
and this
it was
man, what did he pocket here?
He pocketed because in the good days, that's the wacky. Remember, they gave it to him. He didn't hold
They gave
him up.
it to him in the bad days when they were hurting.
They
And-
hired him in the good days. He was there for a while.
All
Okay? But here what we're trying to tell people is, you know what, guys? We have turned the corner. The economics. And remember something. If the economy does well and George W. ends up bringing about some level of sanity, and I'm a little bit nervous, I told you that yesterday, about what's happening in Iraq, guess what? Dean, Schmeen, this one's endorsement, that one's endorsement, the president is going to ride for another 4 years.
Let me just give you a reality. All right, check for a second. People, even though the unemployment rate is dropping, all right?
Went down to
There's-
5.9.
In the black community, it's double that. There's still people who are out of work.
But it will
There's
double
still
that.
people. AOL is laying off like 15,000 people. Verizon is laying off people. There's always, for somebody to get a $12 million bonus is crazy.
And
Anyway,
every
it's
restaurant.
6:33 in the morning. We're gonna be here till 10 o'clock. Our number is 212-868-0975.